Today was a really big day in terms of all of the sharings of all of the things. If you missed it, I might just blow your mind again today. But if you were on and you know about the announcements and all the things, well, welcome back. And today we're going to continue on this trend of time management, time-saving hacks. It's really, I want to go into like how I manage my own time and just the things that I do, kind of like the days. I've shared a couple of tips in previous days here where I talked about net time and that type of stuff. So I want to share things that really, really work for me. One of them is net time things. So if I want to listen to a book that's going to help move me forward, and I don't just mean like the day that we were talking about that, there was a lot of you guys talking about like, oh, I listen to like novels on Audible. That's awesome. Like I read fiction as well. I more so mean like things that are going to move you forward towards your goals. And I hate to break it to you, but reading a fictional novel is not going to get you closer to your goals, but it could like fuel your soul and feel good. But one thing that I try and do is mash out things like building my Instagram and feeding my brain with good things and listening to trainings and stuff on net time. So my ideal net time, and you can figure out what your net time is. Net means no extra time. So net time for me is when I'm filling up my tub. It's something that I do every single day. I'm filling up the bath instead of just sitting there. And I don't sit in the tub while it's filling up. I know that's weird, but I live in a cold country, so it's freezing if I do that. So I will usually just go sit in my closet. There's a little poof in there, and I will either go interact on Instagram. This is something that I did for years as to how I grew my Instagram. And one thing that I also do is I listen to an audiobook. So I'll listen to an audiobook while I'm filling up my tub or while I'm cleaning the house, like all no extra time. One great thing I can teach you is if you are listening to the radio in your car on your commute every single day back and forth from work, you're doing yourself a disservice. That is a university on wheels that you could learn so much in the time that you are spending in traffic going to and from work. Either listen to a podcast, something that's helping you grow. But this idea of time management doesn't necessarily need to mean that you're like planning out your day in the best possible way. I'm going to help you with that. But really doing it in an intentional way and not just letting your time pass you by. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about this. I talked about this it's one of my favorite videos that we did this past year. At the beginning of the year, I always do like a goal setting workshop. And I talked about this, clock, like a 24-hour clock of where's your time going and really being intentional about where your time is going. And I had done that activity years and years ago. And I actually cried because I was sleeping my life away. And two, I did not know where certain hours of my day were going. I was just so discouraged. I was like, I literally am like sleeping my life away and I'm going to die without like achieving anything. And I know it was super like extreme, but that was the revelation I had and it was super powerful. So if you ever want to do that, just draw a circle, 24-hour clock, and map out like each hour of every day and kind of hash out like where am I sleeping? When am I at work? When am I eating lunch? When am I eating dinner? And when am I working out? And figure out where your time is actually going. One thing that'll freak out a lot of people is from like 5 to 10 p.m. You're going to hash the whole thing out and be like, I was watching Netflix. Or maybe longer. On average, I think it's like 7 hours. I think it's something like 7 hours a day is how much TV an average American watches. That is wild. 7 hours a day. That's crazy. So using your time intentionally. On that note, I use a timer for a lot of things. So just a regular old kitchen timer. You can get one off of Amazon. I have a Cube. I've talked about this before. And it has like 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. And when I go, let's say, editing my videos, I will set a timer and I put my phone in airplane mode, or I do like the do not disturb mode that I shared with you guys, and I go and I make stuff happen. Like I'm not multitasking and doing a bunch of stuff. I'm intentional about my time. So a timer is super, super helpful. Also chunking your day. So this is something that I figured out in the beginning of my business where I have a multitude, like I get asked this question all the time, right? Like, how are you on YouTube? You're the #1 coach in Beachbody right now. You have a team of people. Like, especially in months like October, people are like, how are you not dead? I'm actually okay. Like, I'm honestly fine. One, assistance. I have help. I have assistance. I work full-time with my husband, who is now I hate that word. He left his full-time job. He now works with me. So we have a team, but in terms of my own things, I chunk my day. So I start my day with Angie. Angie is like the first part of my day, meaning my personal growth, my personal development, my workout, my Instagram, my YouTube. my things. I can't help my team move forward if I'm not moving forward. So I do me first and make sure that my head and my business is right. And then from there, I check in with my challengers. So the girls in the fit gym, I check in with them. That's a second chunk in the day. Third chunk, I have to eat. So that is a chunk for me. And then the remainder of the day is usually team stuff. And then into the evening, I will edit videos and I get into like creative mode. So I chunk out my day. Yes, in October, I work a lot. Like I work a lot of hours, but that's something that I enjoy. And it doesn't, if it doesn't feel like work, then you're winning. So that is some time chunking, setting a timer, being intentional about your time. And the biggest thing, and this is where I said I was going to blow people's minds that weren't on yesterday. I have a spot, because this is literally what I do every single day. My lights in here are really bright, so I want to make sure you can see this. Right here, I have my top 3 movers. So I write out my top 10 goals, top 10 to-do list, did it get done or not, what the date is, and then my top 3 movers. So top 3 movers today. That would be my biggest tip to you for intentional time hacks and time-saving hacks. Stop writing out a to-do list a mile long. You should have one to-do item per each of your big goals that actually matter to you. And then from those to-dos, pick 3 of them that you're going to do today. Like, that's it. That way I don't freak out. And I'll be honest, like throughout October, obviously something that's on my daily needle moving activity every single day is post a YouTube video, because I'm posting every single day. But that way you're so much less overwhelmed, because it's not staying inside your brain, but you're also visually looking at it that it's not that crazy when you lay it out this way. And it's just one page. It's not some planner where you're going to like journal your whole life away and track how much freaking water you've had. Like I feel like that's ridiculous. Like that's something that I can't stick to. And that's why so many people's planners collect dust. This is one page. It takes 5 minutes to fill it out, but you will feel a high after, because you're like, I've got this, let's go. And then the next year you're like, holy shit, I made stuff happen. So those are my time-saving hacks. Obviously, you can tell that I get very passionate about this. This branding and morning routines, and Disney cocktails. I could talk about it forever. All right. There is not a day where we are talking about Disney cocktails. That's for my main channel. But tomorrow we're going to talk about how I actually plan my day. I'm going to walk you through the full planner, how I do it, and just how you can do it too, and how it'll just make you feel so much better. So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, dudes.